It's not fun. I'm sorry. Nothing fun about it. So on this first one, is there anything that I might be able to do to simplify that? What would that class like? Eliminate or cancel it. That's right. Because it's multiplication. So I can cancel this and this. And my answer is 3x minus 10. There's two parts that I need to answer. Simplify the expression if possible and state the domain. So it was possible, we got 3x minus 10. So now the domain part. So my domain, what I'm going to look at is I'm going to look at what doesn't work. Can my denominator be 0? No, never. So I'm going to take my denominator, my original denominator, which was x minus 1, before I canceled, and I'm going to set that equal to 0. If I set x minus 1 equal to 0, what is x equal to? 1. Equals 1. So my domain is x equals all. This symbol is real numbers. All real numbers. It's a capital R with 2 different slashes. Just a capital R is rational numbers, so we don't want to say rational numbers. It's all real numbers. We'll talk about what those are in a moment, except 1. So I have 2 parts to my answer, the domain and my simplified answer. So once again, why did I say my domain is all reals except 1? What was the reason I said 1 doesn't work? It makes what 0? The denominator 0. So it makes my denominator 0. So I'm looking at what would make the denominator 0 won't work there. Does that make sense? Okay. So now on number 2. I can't do any canceling right now, can I?
No.
Because it's addition. So what could I do to be able to cancel? Starts with an F. Factoring, that's right. How do I factor my numerator? Lots of factoring this unit. How do I factor n squared plus 3n minus 10? It's a trinomial. And it is a degree of 2. Yes, with the x. So we're looking at what multiplies to negative 10 that adds to 3. What multiplies to negative 10 that adds to 3?
5 and negative 2.
Yep. So this factors 2. I'm going to put an equals here. This factors 2. How does this factor? This group here. Tell me what the factors are.
X minus 2.
And minus 2?
And plus 5.
Good. So now I want to factor my denominator. How does the denominator factor? Good question. What do you guys think?
No.
No, because it's multiplication. Multiplication order doesn't matter. So how does the denominator factor? Because it's not a trinomial, so I can't do the x.
Oh, I know.
Yes,
N goes into both of them.
that's right. Is there a number that goes into both of them also?
2n.
2n. So we have 2n times.
N.
So 2n times n is 2n squared, and then 2n times what is 10n? 5. And so now we can do this group again here. What can we do next? Cancel out what? Good. Cancel out the n plus 5. So my simplified answer is n minus 2 over 2n. Why can't I cancel the n's? I have subtraction on the top. It is not multiplication. I cannot cancel those. So now I need to take my original denominator. I'm going to take this part here, though, because it's already factored here. So I'm going to use this here before I canceled that denominator. And I'm going to set it equal to 0. How do I solve that? What do I do next to solve that? No, good guess though. Yeah, that's it.
Multiply the 2n.
No, we don't want to multiply.
Divide.
No, we don't want to divide because we don't know what n is. We have two things multiplied together equals to 0. So we're going to use something that starts with a z, a property that starts with a 0. Zero product property. So we're going to take 2n, set it equal to 0, and n plus 5 equal to 0. Do you remember that? So now, how do I solve this 2n equals 0? Divide by 2. N is 0. And then this gives me -5. So my domain is n equals all real numbers except 0 and -5. So don't forget to give both. Really easy to forget to give the domain.
Wait, D equals N equals.
Domain is n equals. Yeah, let me write it instead of equals. I'll write domain n equals.
Now,
Is that clearer?
yeah, that
Okay.
makes sense.
So let's go back and talk about real numbers. What are real numbers? What about imaginary numbers? Very good. So any number that you know about, except for imaginary numbers, because those are made up. So can fractions be in there? Yes. What about -5? Yes. What about square root 2? Yes, that is a real number. So any number. So n can be any number, any real number except 0 and -5. Okay, what do we do on number 3? This group back here. Back left. How do we factor that? He's giving you a hand.
Just told you the answer.
It's the X.
Yes, and so what do we put on the top? What's on the bottom? Good, and what numbers were?
8. Or -8. Or -7, -1.
-7 and -1. So we have x minus 7. This equals x minus 7 times x minus 1. And then how does the denominator factor? So all that's factoring is coming back. Yes, you can take the square root of both of them. What's the square root of x squared? X. So we put an x and an x. And somebody besides Derek, what's the square root of 1? 1. So we're going to put a 1 and a 1. And then what about our signs? One's going to be subtract. Somebody besides Derek.
Addition.
And then 1 subtraction and 1 addition. So difference of 2 squares there. Is that coming back to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit.
So anything that can cancel here? This group here, is there anything that can cancel? Yes, the x minus 1. So this is going to be x minus 7 over x plus 1. Are we done? No, we have to find our domain. So we're going to go back to the original factored part. Use our zero product property. And my domain is x equals all reals. Once again, that symbol for reals, if you're not going to write it out, is 2 lines there. And it's all reals except 1 and -1. So a lot of times students ask me, do I have to write all reals except? Yes, you do, because you're being asked to write the domain. Go ahead and do number 4 on your own as a U try.
Someone's a bitch. You know it.
Domain is all real numbers besides the Oh, so just make two entities.
He has my closet now. See if he's like taking a sentence ready. You have a 1.3 GPA. 2.8. No, you don't. You do not. No, the hell you don't. It does not carry down. It's like one. We have a 2.6. Oh, yeah, no, that's hella cool. Have you even skated? No skipper.
Okay, here's the answer up here. Questions on that before I move on to the next one?
Yeah, wait, hold on.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
Wait a minute.
You still looking at this?
Yeah, I'm still looking at it.
What to pick up?
Okay.
I want to move on to the next one.
Oh, you can move on.
Okay, thank you.
I'll just look at the video.
Okay, I can move back after we're done.
No, it's all good.
Okay, we are going to skip number 5 and go straight to number 6. What is how?
It is the difference.
How do I factor the numerator on number 6? You want to factor our greatest common factor, aren't you? There's actually something bigger than 5x.
15x. 15x.
Yeah, 15x. So I want to hear from that group, 15x times what?
X.
So
Hey, raise your hands. Raise your hands. Raise your hand, please.
X. And it's x plus what? Please stop yelling out. I'm asking this group over here. Thank you, though. Yes. And then in the denominator, how do we factor the denominator?
Do the same thing.
Good, 10. Any letter that goes into both of them? 10x. And then what besides 2? X, and then minus or plus?
Minus 2.
Good. So the only thing I can cancel here would be this part over here. What goes into both 15x and 10x? 5x. Good, Cohen. Not just x, but 5x. So this would give me a 3, and this would give me a 2. 3 times x plus 3 over 2 times x minus 2 is my simplified answer. Am I done?
No.
No. So, here in this group, tell me what I do next. This simplify, we need to find the domain, right? So how do we find the domain?
So we're gonna use the 10x squared minus 20x. So
That's
simplify that.
right. And so we're going to use the simplified part, but we already did that work. So we're going to take that and set it equal to what, Tristan? Good. So once again, why are we setting that equal to 0? And we're setting it equal to 0 because we can't have the denominator equal to 0. So then we use a zero product property. 10x is 0. X minus 2 is 0. Yep.
All the numbers except for 0 and 2.
There's no eating in the classroom.
Okay, 2 parts. Guys, please stop. So, thank you. I appreciate that. But, okay, so number 7. What do I do in the numerator there? Back right. How do I factor that? Okay, good. So this would be k times what? What's left when I take the k out?
Okay.
K times? You want to finish it, Dexter?
I got it.
Good. K times k minus 2. Okay, and the denominator, there's something a little bit different in this denominator, and that's why I did this one. What do I put up on the top? What do I put up on the top here? When I'm factoring the denominator. I take 21 times 2 because of this 2 in the front. So I have 42 and negative 13. What numbers work there?
73.
Negative 8. Negative 8. Negative 5.
No.
Negative 6.
Oh, we know.
It's okay.
Negative 6, negative 7.
Yes.
Easy.
So I'm going to factor it.
Oh, yeah, I don't.
Negative.
I'm going to factor it over here because there's another step. What's my next step after this? We have to do something with that 2, which is divide by the 2. So my 2 factors are k minus 3, and then I slide this 2k minus 7. Almost done. This is my simplified answer. What do I need to do next to solve it? This group back here. What's my second part? Find the domain. So what part do I use to find the domain? Yeah, so we're going to use this denominator. So, oops, sorry, I didn't fully simplify. What can we cancel? X minus k minus 3. So we have k over 2k minus 7. And my domain is going to be k equals all reals except. So I've already had somebody ask me if they could do this in their head, and if you want to, that's fine. This step here, that's fine. So it's all reals except 3 and 7 over 2. So 2 parts to your answers. That's it.